And we're back.
Wait, we're back?
We're
Oop.
back.
Did you push the button? Because I didn't.
I didn't mean to if I did, but we are just going to hang out, watch the rest of the Derby. If you guys want to chime in and talk along with us here, but we're just going to finish watching the Derby, kind of hang out. If you're on and you would like to join us, just let us know. We could send you a link and you can come on and talk some baseball with us if you would like. So, yeah. All right. So, first thoughts, first round. What do you think? I know we were kind of doing our show at the same time, so I was kind of in and out. But
from what I saw, I mean, it looked like there was Bohm got off to a great start. Ozuna had a good round. Gunnar started slow but finished pretty well.
Witt had a great round.
Yeah, I've not seen the final tallies, but there were a lot of bombs hit. Now, what I will say is, we've still got kids in the outfield. I mean, kids, but it's not like it was in the past where it was like a free for all.
Yeah.
But like I watched the kid take one off the hat on a fly ball coming down. I love the idea of getting kids involved, but why are you letting them just like run freely in the outfield still? Like, haven't we learned our lesson already?
That one that Guerrero hit off that kid's face.
Oh, last year was so bad.
Bad, dude. His eye was completely swollen shut. Like, I don't know why they still let the kids out there. I don't get it. Really?
Let them stand out like against the wall, and if the ball lands in front of them, let them come get it. But don't let them just like run around in those chaotic clouds where they're getting hit.
Especially when the pitchers are coming like bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, there's not a lot of time.
There was times like even in college, like because you're trying to get like live bats, live ground balls off batting practice bats, and you're trying to make a throw to first, like, and the next pitch is already coming, and you're like, oh wait, and you're throwing a 10-year-old kid out there trying to catch a 120 mile an hour rocket is just.
Yeah, I mean, you got major leaguers that get hit during batting practice, because they're looking one way and a ball comes in from another way. Like it happens.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just think it kills me that you still have like that chaos.
So we got Bohm, Hernandez, Ramirez, and Witt. You see the jug that Bohm's chugging out of? It's water. It just says Wooter. Like how they say it. It says Wooter. Like that's how they say it in Philly.
Get out.
It was spelled Wodder, and it was a big like old like glass jug.
Oh yeah, I see it now. I must be like 5 seconds behind.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. But
all right, so we got Bohm, Hernandez, Ramirez. All right, so Bobby Witt actually. All right, so Teoscar, I thought had a chance, made it through. Bobby Witt, who we weren't sure of, made it through. So it means you lost Alonso, you lost Ozuna, you lost Gunnar, like you lost your favorites all fell out.
Yeah. Who's the fourth that fell out?
Adolis Garcia. He didn't make it last year either. That's 2 in a row where he's not made it through.
Yeah. He's had a slow start to the season.
Oh, he has. The Texas Rangers have had all kinds of kind of inconsistency and issues, but well, this will be fun. These are 4 players we didn't necessarily expect to see here in the next round.
Right. Bobby Witt. He had 5 425 plus.
Wow. I mean, he's not like we talked. He's not a guy that is super powerful on his own.
I mean, he is, but he also generates a ton of power.
Well, yeah, he's a timing hitter. 20 home runs, 5 that were 425 or more. That's pretty good. Just everything's to left, just smattered left field.
Yeah.
Nothing to center, nothing even really to left center. Which makes sense. If you're gonna hit the ball deep, you've got to be pulling it.
Yeah.
Interesting. I saw he's getting ready. I saw an interesting quote in the what in Sports Illustrated, but the comment from the writer was, is Paul Skeens the Caitlin Clark of baseball? Like, is this the person that draws eyes back to the game, that brings more attention to it, that gets it creates more excitement. I'm like, but you're a big Caitlin Clark fan. I figured, all right, let's throw this one at Nick.
Well, I think it's apples and oranges, right? Because like I'm a huge college like women's basketball fan.
Yep.
And what Caitlin Clark did or is doing for women's basketball is bringing it from nothing to something. Where baseball's already something. So it's really hard for Skeens to pull it up in the same amount of distance as Caitlin Clark is, if that makes any sense.
No, I mean this is a $10 billion league with or without Skeens in it, with massive media deals and all kinds of national attention, where the WNBA had none of that. So yeah, I think that she'll have a bigger impact because it's a lower starting point. Versus what's, for Skeens to move the needle, it takes a lot more.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's a lot of similarities to it for sure. Because
sure.
I mean, Skeens is must watch TV when he's on the mound.
Yeah, agreed.
But it's apples and oranges to me.
Yeah, if you want to make the argument that Skeens being, young and exciting and dominant and all that stuff is going to bring people to watch, maybe bring new people into the game. Yeah, I'll believe that. Is he going to change baseball like Caitlin Clark may change women's basketball? No.
I mean, he could if he keeps pitching like this.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess if this becomes his career, then sure. But I think it's unrealistic to think that he's going to continue to do what he's doing and change baseball.
Yeah, because
baseball was fine before him.
Yeah, and hitters will adjust to him eventually.
They will. I mean, there's no way you can't do what he's doing forever.
I think it was Imanaga on Sunday Night Baseball. They asked him the question, and I thought it was the best response I had ever heard a player say. And they asked him what they think is contributing to his success on the mound. And Imanaga said, they just haven't seen me yet. That he's like, the real test is when I face that lineup the third, fourth, fifth time.
Yep.
How they hit and react to me.
Yeah. Once a scouting report's built up on him and people have had at bats against him, they know what to look for. Yeah. It's how do you fare after that? We've seen lots of guys come up and be great for 2 or 3 years and then struggle.
Yeah.
Once teams figured them out.
Yeah. Jeez. You know what? Maybe Witt does win this thing. He's
hitting laser beams.
Oh, last couple didn't make. Oh, that one did. We're at 10 with a minute left.
The thing I like about him is that he's staying short and compact. He's not trying to do too much. He's just hitting it.
Yeah.
He's not trying to hit everything 1,000 feet.
Right. He's not expending a ton of energy.
No. Nope.
Well, I'm not saying he's not.
Well, yeah, it's not like he's doing nothing up there. But yeah, I mean, he's not swinging from his heels. He's not over swinging. He's not trying to do too much. He's just doing what he does.
Yeah. He just golfed that one.
Yeah, he's hit a couple of balls that like.
Oh.
Yowza. He's got more pop than it seems. Because whoever's pitching to him is just like throwing him meatballs.
Yeah. That one was a rocket too. One pitch left, make it count.
Oh, see ya. Oh, just missed the foul pole on this last one.
Dang. It's a good round.
Missile.
So I don't mind this format. Now that I've actually looked at it, I don't mind it.
Oh, it just makes the catch.
It is the timed format, and then you get 3 outs, bonus outs. So it's either the home run or an out.
Yep.
And you get a 4th out if you hit one over 425 feet. So it brings the old school home run derby back in at the end here. So he can add to his total. I don't mind this format.
No, I actually find it to be an interesting balance that I think works nicely. I mean, I was watching some clips of the old home run derby, watching Griffey demolish Baltimore and stuff like that. And those home run derbies, it was only 10 outs, but they could take a while because they could take a breather, and there was no time on it. This at least kind of keeps it moving.
Right. Yeah, or you have that, what was it, 24 home run first round for Bobby Abreu at Yankee Stadium,
goodness, yeah.
like that one. And then,
well, then the home run derby at Fenway with McGuire hitting balls onto the highway and
with a broken bat.
Yeah.
Nuts.
I mean, it was there were some crazy derbies back in the 90s and early 2000s from that cast.
Yeah.
Guys like McGuire and Griffey put a show on every time.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite trivia questions is who's the only player to win the home run derby and the All-Star game MVP in the same year?
Wow.
I've asked it before. I think I asked it last year during the All-Star game. It wasn't Griffey. It was an outfielder, though, for the Angels.
Outfielder for the Angels?
Yes, sir.
Back in the 90s?
Late 90s, early 2000s.
So who played outfield back then? It was Erstad, Anderson.
It was him.
Garrett Anderson?
Yep, 2003.
Oh, right.
Yeah, All-Star game MVP and home run derby.
I forgot about Garrett Anderson in the home run derby.
Yeah.
He had a sneaky good swing. Like power swing.
Yeah. He was so good.
Bobby Witt done?
I think he's taking a timeout.
Oh.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, it's saying at bat resumes. All right. I thought he was done. He's better than I expected.
Yeah, I mean, I expected to hit a bunch, but he looks really good right now.
Yeah, his swing looks really, really tuned in for this. Did they already do the celebrity softball game?
Yeah, I don't think they really tally it or televise it anymore. Really.
I used that used to be such a fun thing to watch. You'd have so many awesome players. You'd have people like Snoop and you had such a good showing for those. And now I think they just they do it in the afternoon and tell nobody.
Yeah.
That used to be one of my favorite things to watch was celebrity softball because it was always so funny.
Right.
You'd have guys like Ray Romano out there who were terrible, but they were funny as hell.
But you had some old legends that would come out and play too. That was fun. But
oh yeah, you always had your mix. You always have somebody from music industry, movies. You'd have a recently retired player to balance it out. You always had the same kind of format of how they built those lineups.
Yeah.
Have a softball player because you used to see Jenny Finch play a lot.
Yeah, I think she still does.
She probably does. She's probably still really good too.
Yeah.
Oh, J-Ram. So it's J-Ram versus Bobby Witt. This is head-to-head now, right?
Yeah, this goes to it's now playoff form.
Yeah.
It was 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3, depending on how many home runs you hit in the first round.
Okay. So J-Ram and Witt head-to-head, and then Teoscar and Bohm head-to-head.
Yeah, so Bohm must have...
Bohm was number 1.
So he must have hit the furthest? Because I think him and Witt both got 20 in the first round.
Oh, it must be the tiebreaker's distance.
Yeah.
Oh, nice catch in the outfield. Laser beam.
And then the next kid botches it.
Yeah. Come on, Nick. They're just kids. Ease up.
Whatever. You're on a major league field. Make the catch.
Act like you've been there before.
Brutal.
Oh, curve foul. That was a missile.
This might be the first time that I'm like way ahead of you.
I know. I feel like you're a good ways ahead of me.
I'm usually the one that's 30 seconds behind here.
I know. I know it's usually you that's trailing. I'm streaming it through ESPN, so.
Oh, that's probably why. I'm going through YouTube TV right now.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm streaming it on ESPN.com.
So who do you think wins the All-Star game tomorrow? I think the lineups it's pretty balanced.
It's really balanced. I was looking at them today. They're really balanced. I mean, I'm always a fan of the American League because that's my league, but that National League group is not to be messed with. I mean, I'll take the AL. The NL just does not have a good record in these games. They haven't for a long time.
No, they haven't. And it is weird how it swings back and forth like that. Like the NL will win a bunch, then the AL wins a bunch.
And then there's a stretch there there's a stretch of like 20 years back in the 90s and early 2000s where the American League won like 3/4 of them. Like it wasn't even competitive most of the time.
Yeah. So I'm looking, I have the whole list out right here.
Nice.
So like from 1960 to 1970, the AL won once, and they tied once.
Yikes.
That was in 60 to 70s. Then another stretch by the National League, 72 to 82, all National League 10-0 in that decade.
Jeez.
Then you got one American League, 3 more National League wins till 87. And then you got 88 to 93 All-American. So that's 6 years straight. 3 Nationals in a row. Then American, 97, 98, 99. So 2000, 2001. The infamous tie in Milwaukee in 2002.
Oh, God.
2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 All-American League wins.
Yeah.
So
the American League like owned it for the 90s and 2000s.
97 to 2009 was All-American League wins with that one tie by Bud Selig. Then 3 National League wins in a row, and then 2013 to 2022 All-American, and then a National League finally won last year on Elias Diaz's home run.
Yeah, here you go, Nick. Thank you, John. What do you think, Nick? Were you for or against the All-Star game deciding World Series home field?
That's a great one.
That is a great one. I've debated both sides of this so many times.
I think the reason why they did it, I was for, because it was starting to turn into the NHL All-Star game, the NBA All-Star game, where like, you know, the NHL All-Star game is 19 to 13, and then like the NBA All-Star game's like 324 to 297. Like I get why they were trying to do it, because they wanted these players to actually play and showcase their talent.
They wanted the game to mean something,
right? But
like you also had the stretch where like guys were like, "Nah, I'm good. I don't want to go." Right. And like you'd end up with like you'd have like the same spot change hands like 2 or 3 times because guys didn't want to go.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a hard one. I get why they did it, and I was for it, but now I'm glad it's not. I mean, it's a great question.
Yeah, I liked that they did it because it made the All-Star game mean something, and it wasn't the joke that it become. But I did not like it deciding home field advantage. The better team should get home field advantage. I was always I was a firm believer. If you were the best team in baseball and you make the World Series, you should get home field advantage. The All-Star game, which is nothing more than an exhibition, should not decide home field advantage for the World Series. That's taking a game with no meaning and giving it meaning that influences the outcome to something that matters. And I just didn't like it.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is a great point.
Yeah, it was. And baseball needed it. The All-Star game had become kind of stale, and it was kind of a joke, and players didn't want to go, and nobody watched it. And when they did that, all of a sudden the game mattered. Like guys wanted to go, they wanted to play. It was a big deal, and I think it helped the game. But if a team wins the World Series because they got home field advantage for Game 7 because of an All-Star game like that, it's kind of a stinky outcome. So I did not like a deciding home field advantage.
When did that happen after the tie in Milwaukee?
Good question.
From 2003 to 2016, the World Series home field advantage was given to the team. So yeah, after the tie in Milwaukee,
because they wanted to make sure somebody won.
Good old Bud Selig.
Good old Bud Selig, who's in the Hall of Fame, but none of the steroid users that he allowed to play are.
That's gonna be probably a topic next week when we absolutely just destroy the Hall of Fame. But God, yeah. So was it John that wanted us to do that? Hear us debate that one from last
I think it was
week?
John that wanted us to debate the people that shouldn't, people that should.
Yeah. So tune in next week for sure, because we are gonna give her the old heave ho next week.
Yeah, you'll love next week's show, John. But great question. Thank you for asking it.
Yeah,
it is an interesting time in baseball where, as much as I didn't like it deciding home field advantage, baseball needed it to. They needed that game to mean something. Well, because it was a joke.
It was funny because it's like burned into my mind because all the managers, the umpires are at home plate talking to Selig, and they're like,
"What do we do?
What do we do?" They're like, "Well, we're out of pitchers. Like, we used them all." Because in typical All-Star game, it's like, oh, your starter goes out, throws one inning.
Yeah, it was all done. Scripted and programmed.
Yeah. Now what do we do?
Well, and then so remember what stunk though is that each team would keep one pitcher and basically say, "Hey, you're not going to pitch. You're the emergency guy."
Right.
So one guy made the team every year that was basically told, "You're not going to step foot on that field because we have to make sure we've got a pitcher ready. We've got a pitcher that is available."
And I was so mad when Tim Wakefield got there and then didn't pitch.
He was that guy. He was the emergency guy because if they went to extra innings, he could have pitched for days. He could have thrown the knuckleball he could have gone 9 innings if he needed him to. But yeah, Tim Wakefield doesn't get to pitch because he's the emergency guy, which sucked. And he's back.
Yeah. I hated it. I'm back.
Yeah, it was awful. But great question.
That was his only All-Star appearance too, right?
Pretty sure he didn't get to play. Now, there used to be a second All-Star game.
Yeah, right? I don't know when that ended. Yeah, like back in the 60s and 70s. That's why like Willie Mays has like 24 and Hank Aaron have like 24 like All-Star appearances or whatever. Because they used to double it up.
So it says that it was only a 4-year span where there were 2. It was 59 through 62 where they played 2.
Yeah.
The AL leads all time 47 wins, 44 losses, 2 ties.
2 ties.
One that never should have happened.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. So here's a story for you. Let's see. So they played 2 All-Star games. The reason for it was Hall of Famer Robin Roberts devised that plan to raise more money for their pension fund.
Mm-hmm.
So they played 2 All-Star games as an opportunity to raise more money for the league to fund their pension, which was just created in 1947. So they actually did it to help the players. They threw the second game in there.
Yeah.
I never knew the story behind it.
Yeah. And see, that lasted a long time.
Yeah, it lasted 4 years, and they probably realized it's too much. Too much to do this twice. Although I'd love to see the home run derby happen during the season. Like the old school, like head-to-head. 2 guys, like, hey, the Phillies are in town against the Dodgers. Let's take, hey, Harper and Ohtani, let's go do a quick home run derby during BP and film it.
Right, that'd be sick.
It'd be cool. They should make it like the old And One mixtapes, and be like totally like amateur done, like iPhone video that the players are catching of these guys having like a competitive home run derby during BP. That would be sick.
Right.
All right, so Bobby Witt's in the finals. Now we got Teoscar up. Honestly, I really, really wanted to pick Bobby Witt going into this because he's my MVP choice, but I'm like, no, there's no way. No way. I should have just picked him. I did not think there'd be a world where he would do this well in a derby.
Yeah. It's crazy that Pete Alonso was just nowhere to be found the last few that he's been in.
Yeah. Because he won. Has he won one or two?
He's won two. This could have been. Was he in it last year? Because he had a chance. He had a chance to be the next 3-time winner. Because Griffey's a 3-time winner.
Right.
I think it was a chance to tie that.
Wow, interesting. So Bobby Witt Jr. is the first Royals player ever to advance past the first round of the Derby.
I mean, I can't think of any other Royals guys that. Yeah, Prince Fielder, Cespedes, and Alonso have won the Derby twice. Griffey's the only one that's won it 3 times.
Oh yeah, Prince Fielder was a monster in these.
I remember him lighting up Kansas City.
Oh my goodness.
There. Those fountains didn't stand a chance.
There was a lot of balls floating. There's a lot of balls in the water.
I was watching Cubs and Cardinals the other night, and Busch Stadium had gotten so much water the day before that right behind the outfield wall, they were standing water, and they actually had like a splash hit. Like Contreras barely hit it over the fence. It just landed like right behind the fence.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah, that ain't good.
We got hammered with rain last Friday. It was crazy here.
Oh, it's different. That different when you get into that hot tropical weather.
Oh, bad. All right.
Oh, Red Sox at Dodgers next week. Ooh, or this week.
Yikes. Great. So I got to stay up late for that too and not watch it because I'll be watching the Diamondbacks. Do you think Teoscar Hernandez has the season he's having if he went somewhere else in free agency?
No. No, I mean, I think hitting in that lineup takes all the pressure off. Like, you don't have to do anything crazy. You just have to show up.
This pitcher's grooving him right now. He is in a groove.
Yeah, he's finally in a groove. He started off really slow.
Oh, got in his kitchen a little bit. Still hit at 500 feet.
Yeah, he hits bombs. I think Teoscar would have had a good season somewhere else because I think he was primed to have one. He's been trending up, but in that lineup where he can just kind of like do his thing and just no pressure, I can't imagine that's not a good scenario for a guy like that.
And he just signed a 1-year deal, right? Yeah,
yep.
23.5.
Yeah, 1-year deal. Somebody's he'll get a bag this offseason. I can't imagine he's
$8.5 million, 23.5 deferred.
Yeah, of course. I remember we made a joke out of this contract because he deferred most of it.
Yeah, 2030 to 39.
Yeah, so same time frame everybody else's contract.
God
that's when I
man.
think Freddie Freeman's is deferred.
Oh,
Mookie's,
Freeman got his deferred too?
Or is it Mookie? Somebody else is in the same window of time. Might be Mookie. No, Mookie's contract runs longer, that doesn't it?
I think so. Yeah, I don't think Freddie's is deferred.
He was there first. Smart guy.
Oh no, $57 million deferred.
Yeah, I thought so. I think we ran it down. They've all got deferred money. Sizable amounts of it. The Dodgers are going to have like $150 million payroll each year just paying those 3 guys once they're retired.
So we've talked about it before, but do you think, even though the money's deferred, do you think the average annual value of whatever the length of the contract should count towards the cap or luxury tax for that year?
Yes, I 100% think it does. So like use Ohtani as an example. 10 years, 700. That's $70 million a year AAV, average annual value. He's taking $2 million with $68 million deferred, and it's only costing them like $46.5 million on the cap because the deferred money gets discounted because it's not current. In my mind, all that does is take the salary cap, in air quotes, the luxury tax, and makes a mockery of it. You want to just defer the whole contract like they did, not take the full hit, get more players as long as you've got the cash flow to afford it. And that's what they did. They've been able to basically take the luxury tax issue and minimize it by pushing the money out. I think the deferred money's got to count in the average annual value on the luxury tax. It shouldn't matter when it's paid. That you're paying it out. The timing of how you pay it out is up to you.
Right, and you're still offering that player to play during that time frame. It's not like, hey, we're going to pay you this when you play in 2036 and to 2045. Like,
right. And what's annoying is that it's not the money that you're paying him when it's deferred isn't going against the cap. So like when you're paying after he's retired and you're still paying him, none of that hits the cap. So it's a $700 million contract. You're only going to have $460 million count against luxury tax for you. So effectively you got $240 million to disappear by deferring it.
Yeah.
Which to me is kind of a joke. I get why they do it because the money's not paid currently and blah, 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 but still, you're still paying the money.
Right.
When you pay it shouldn't matter. And that's where I think they've made a mistake with the luxury tax and allowed the Dodgers to expose that.
Yeah, because then you just run into other franchises. If they choose to go that route, they'll do the same thing.
Yeah, because I want to say we looked at it, and between Ohtani, Mookie, Freeman, and Teoscar, they had like $50 million in salary that should have hit the cap that wasn't because of the deferred money.
Yeah.
And half of that was just Ohtani.
Right.
Like it's like a freebie. $50 million goes a long way when you've got that room on the luxury tax. However, as an organization, you also have to have that money to spend. So, while it doesn't count against luxury tax, you're still going to be able to actually go and spend it. And how many organizations have that kind of cash on hand to actually use? Just wild. This is cool. They're showing Bobby Witt Jr. down underneath with Gunnar Henderson. They're just like talking and laughing.
Yeah.
It's cool to see the young guys of the game hanging out. Yeah, I think this deferred contract thing. I get why they do it, and I'm fine with deferred money. If you want to pay the guy later, great. Can't wait to celebrate Shohei Ohtani Day one day when he gets a $68 million check every year for 10 years. But I think they're allowing it to impact the way rosters are built today, which it shouldn't. And you look at a team like the Rockies, and their owner, who's worth $700 million, doesn't have the same resources as the Dodgers, or the media deal, or the stadium. Like they just don't make the same money, and he doesn't have the same resources.
Yeah.
And then you couple that with deferred contracts, and a team like the Rockies will never compete. They'll never compete. And a guy that's worth $700 million, it's not to, the dude's not poor for sure, but when every other owner around you is a multi-billionaire, it's just not the same.
No.
You're not on the same playing field.
No. All right, I got some all-star trivia for you.
Oh no, here we go.
Give me the top 5 players in active players with the most All-Star appearances.
So it's got to be Mookie.
Nope.
What? He's got 8.
Nope.
All right.
There's a bunch tied with 8, but there's some that
Oh.
are more. So he's tied for 7th.
Tied for 7th. Good Lord.
Yeah. So I'll take the top 6.
Okay. Alrighty. So Bryce.
And Bryce is tied for 7th.
Jeez, he's in the same cluster as Mookie. Okay. All right. Active players. So they need more than 8 All-Star appearances.
Yes, sir. One of them is a starting catcher tomorrow.
Oh, Realmuto?
Nope. The other one.
Oh, Sal Perez.
Yeah, Sal Perez tied for 3rd with 9.
Oh, yeah. All right. Sal Perez. Okay. I'm trying to think, like, who are some of the older guys? Freddie Freeman?
Nope. I think he's tied for 7th. I think
See
he's
another
in
one of
the-
those guys with 8.
Yeah, with 8. Yeah.
If we're looking for the guys with 8, I've got Paul.
I mean, number 1 is it should be a layup for you.
Well, I only got the layup, so I should get that one.
Uh-huh. Should have been the best player of all time that we've ever seen.
Oh, Trout.
Yeah, just can't stay healthy.
I know. It's brutal.
He's got 11.
Wow.
Yep. So he's got 11.
Whew. All right. So Trout's got 11. So we got Trout. We got Sal Perez.
Trout has already cracked the top 50 in all-time batting war.
Oh, yeah. He was literally on pace to rewrite the record books. Like, it wasn't going to be close. He would have been the best player of all time, hands down, not arguable.
Yeah.
The rate he was going.
Number 2, you should get to. I think that one's. He was a free agent at the end of last year and ended up re-signing with the same team. We thought he might go home to the Texas Rangers.
Oh, Kershaw.
Yeah, Kershaw's got 10.
See, it's funny. Like I can't. Like Trout's not here. Kershaw's not here. It's like
right.
These guys that were in a bunch of All-Star games that aren't here.
So Salvi with 9, and then you're missing 2 guys who are actually teammates.
Oh, interesting. What team?
It's gonna give it away. Astros.
I'll say it's got to be the Astros, right? So it's got to be like what? Bregman, Altuve.
It's Altuve with 9.
Altuve with 9. Okay. Verlander.
Verlander with 9. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, there's one more. Sorry. Closer. It's currently with the Orioles.
Oh, Kimbrel.
Yep. 9. Yep.
Wow, it's a lot of All-Star games for Craigie.
Yep. And you got Scherzer 8, Arenado 8, Sale 8, Freeman 8, Harper 8, Betts 8.
So many guys with 8.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Did
you see
Chapman Goldschmidt with 7?
Did you see the position player? And I'm blanking on who it was that came into pitch and did the Kimbrel. Like he had the arm out and he's looking in.
Yeah, that
was awesome.
He was facing the Orioles. I think it was. He did it.
I can't remember who it was, but it was funny.
Yeah, crazy.
Oh, Bohm is tied. Teoscar going into the final bonus ball round. The Phillies rave about this guy's power.
Yeah.
What is he? I mean, he's got 11. He hit 20 last year. Like, he's not a big-time home run hitter.
No, but he's just all like doubles.
Yeah, he just hits
just gap to gap.
Rips balls in the gaps. Well, I was going to say, I don't remember him being much of a home run guy, but because he's not. I mean, his most is 20. What's amazing is last year he hit 20 home runs, drove in 97. This year he's got, at the All-Star break, he's got 11 home runs, and he's already got 70 RBIs.
Yeah.
He's 27 RBIs away from his full amount last year. It's crazy. Oh, can he get that last one? Oh, there it is. That's got to be gone, right? No, warning track. Oh, they tied. So who's the tiebreaker go to?
It must be longest home run. Unless they have a swing off for this one. It is
like
swing
a
off.
3-pitch swing off.
Yeah. All right,
Oh,
Harrison.
man.
The All-Star game has been canceled twice. Why?
Canceled twice. Well, COVID.
Yeah, COVID 2020.
Was there like a weather situation?
Nope.
War?
War. World War II, 1945.
Oh, going way back. All right.
It was travel restrictions, so no one could go anywhere.
Could you imagine the All-Star game in 2020 if they'd done if they played the game with like cardboard cutout people? Oh, they got a swing off coming out. Oh, John, lockout season, question mark.
No, and that was what, 94?
94.
That was a strike, yeah. They had that happen in August, so
Oh,
they
that's
had
right.
the All-Star game and then
That's right. Yeah, 94, they still had the game.
all right. Who has the most All-Star game hits in history?
Jeter.
No.
Ripken.
No. Think of the guys that have the most All-Star appearances ever.
That's what I'm thinking. Willie Mays.
Yeah, Willie Mays, 23. 82 plate appearances.
82 plate appearances. Jesus. That's like 20% of a season.
Derek Jeter's career average in an All-Star game. You ready for this?
Yep.
481.
Get out.
Yep.
481.
29 plate appearances.
And then Willie Mays had 82 plate appearances. Let that sink in for a minute.
Most All-Star wins by a pitcher.
Most wins?
Yep.
Oh, God, it's hard because the starters never stay in to win.
It's Lefty Gomez with 3.
Wow.
Yeah. Most All-Star game saves.
Rivera?
Yeah, he's got 4.
4 is the most all time.
Yeah, 4 saves. Roger Clemens has pitched in the most All-Star games with 10 appearances.
Wow. It's a lot of appearances. How many starts does it say?
No.
Oh, man. Teoscar Hernandez just hit a missile in the second deck. Holy cow.
No.
All right, Bohm's got to hit 3 to win.
5 players have been named All-Star Game MVP on 2 occasions.
So 5 players have won 2
All-Star Game
All-Star
MVPs.
Mays.
Mays is 1.
Griffey.
No.
Ripken.
Ripken is another. The guy
Ken.
still, no. A current guy, but he's out on injury again, or still has the most current.
Kershaw?
Nope, the other guy. Trout.
Oh, Trout.
He's got 2. Gwynn? No. Oh, he was thinking hits and
Yeah, hits. Yep.
The other ones are hard. So you got Mays, you got Ripken, you got Trout. The other one's Steve Garvey,
Oh, geez.
and then Gary Carter. Teoscar's moving on. Dang.
Hard to believe Bohm is going to drop to Teoscar. Oof, that was
Yeah.
a missile into the seats.
And then Gary Carter.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Oh, the youngest player to win MVP of the All-Star game was
Youngest?
happened in 2021.
Oh, is it the Rockies catcher?
Nope.
Oh, that was last year, wasn't it?
Yep. He might get traded at the deadline.
All right, so hang on. So youngest All-Star MVP.
Uh-huh.
Okay, it was in 21.
And might get moved at the deadline by a last place team.
Is it Robert?
Nope. AL East.
Oh, Guerrero?
Yep. He snuck in 100 days sooner than Griffey. It was Griffey at 22.
Jeez. It's hard to believe that Guerrero's still as young as he is.
Yeah. 3 father-son combos. Each have hit home runs in All-Star games. Who are they?
Father-son combo. So the Griffies,
The Griffies.
the Bonds.
The Bonds.
Who's the other father-son combo that hit home runs?
Literally just said his name.
Oh, the Guerreros, right.
Guerrero.
Vladdy Sr.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
The only All-Star game grand slam was hit by who?
All-Star Game Grand Slam, huh? Modern era?
83.
Schmidt?
Nope, not Schmidt.
Ricky?
No.
He's a good guess for anything.
Red Sox center fielder, 83.
Lynn?
Yeah, Fred Lynn.
Oh, interesting.
This is a great question. Another one by John. Favorite All-Star game moments?
Yeah, Torrey Hunter robbing Bonds was great. Bonds was just standing there looking at him like, what just happened?
Yeah. I have a couple. I think it's Ripken hitting the home run.
Yep.
In his last All-Star game. The Ted Williams one at Fenway Park. I know we're biased, but
the Ted Williams one at Fenway Park is my immediate go-to when like watching every player flock to him to talk.
And then we talked about it a couple when I picked like the all-time like pitcher or whatever, but it's 99 Pedro.
Yep. I also really enjoyed when A-Rod and Torrey had set it up to push Ripken over to shortstop during his last game. That was a good one.
John Kruk just waving at sliders, Randy Johnson sliders, and then Larry Walker taking the helmet off and getting into the right-handed,
flipping the helmet,
right-handed batter's box. Those were good.
Those were awesome.
Man, any other moments?
Torrey Hunter robbing Bonds. That was a fantastic one.
So good.
I mean the walk-off home run, was it last year? No, when was the Rockies catcher?
That wasn't I think it was in the 8th inning.
Oh, you're right. It wasn't a walk-off. It was
a late home run.
They took the lead.
A walk-off.
Right, they took the lead.
Elias Diaz.
That's right. Was that a?
Yeah, it was the 8th inning.
Okay, that's right. It wasn't the walk-off.
Yeah. Which two players have represented the most amount of teams in All-Star game history?
Goodness gracious.
Five each.
Nelson Cruz.
No, that's a solid guess. But
5 teams, huh?
one of these guys could definitely be on our Hall of Fame debate list.
McGriff?
Nope. A guy that's not in.
Oh, not in.
Could be.
Oh, Sheffield.
Yep.
Yep.
Padres, Marlins, Dodgers, Braves, and Yankees.
Jeez, that's a lot of teams.
And then another guy around that same era. I'll give you the teams. That might probably give it away. Expos, Marlins, Astros, Cubs, and Giants. Hit barehanded, right-handed hitter.
Oh, Alou?
Alou, yep. Moises Alou.
Moises Alou was a highly underrated guy.
Youngest All-Star game player in history.
Not Trout?
Not Trout.
Andrew Jones?
No, that's a good guess. 1984. Starting pitcher.
Fernando?
No. Mets. His number got retired this year.
Oh, Doc?
Yeah, Doc Gooden. 19 years old.
Jeez, 19 years old.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Oldest player to get a hit in an All-Star game.
Julio Franco.
Nope. He has one of the most iconic moments in Red Sox history.
Oh, Fisk.
Yeah, Carlson Fisk, 43.
Damn.
Who holds the record for most positions played in All-Star game history with 5?
Oh, wow. Does DH count as one of them?
No.
5 positions. Modern era?
Well, yes, but not like
Not
say,
after the 90s.
no. All-time hit king.
Oh, Pete.
Yep, Pete Rose.
He did play a lot of positions.
First base, second base, third, and then left and right field.
Yep. So he moved all over the place.
He was the only player to hit 2 triples in a single All-Star game.
2 triples. Kenny
Also,
Lofton.
No. You're on the right track. It's a left-handed hitter. The only player to win an MVP without hitting a home run. Twins.
Left-handed hitter?
Mm-hmm.
Mauer?
Nope. Before him.
I'm trying to think who was before him. So Puckett was right-handed. You had Herbeck, but he couldn't run.
Even before that.
Oh, going back even further than that?
Uh-huh. Come on. He won the MVP award without hitting a home run. Like the season MVP award without hitting a home run.
Oh. I was like, what? I thought he won the All-Star game MVP without hitting a home run.
No.
Won the season MVP without hitting a home run.
Yeah. High average guy, second baseman.
Oh, Carew?
Carew, yeah.
Sorry, the All Star, the MVP thing threw me. I thought we were talking All Star.
Yeah, that was my bad.
That's pretty impressive to win an MVP without hitting a home run.
Yeah.
Jeez, Teoscar Hernandez is hitting laser beams. Oh, a lot of wall balls though. A lot of wall balls. Yeah, he definitely looks tired. Yeah, he's starting to pop stuff up to right center. You know he's tired.
Dwight Gooden has the most box in All-Star game history with 2.
I love the fact they track a stat like that.
That's
most
awesome.
blown calls in All-Star game history, Angel Hernandez.
Tim Brink.
Would have been higher, but they stopped letting him do them. Oh man, Teoscar, not a banner start for you, pal. I'll be back in 1 second.
Okay. We got 4 home runs for Teoscar. A minute left.
Ooh, had to turn the AC off. Getting a little cold in here. Started it to cool everything down and then left it running.
We'll take it down here, dude. It's been so hot here.
It was close to 100 here today.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah, I live here because I don't want that. But heat index is over 100 in several areas today. If I wanted that, I'd live down where you are.
Yeah.
I'll take 0 over 100.
It's the freaking humidity down here that's real bad.
Yeah.
All right. Most strikeouts by a hitter in All-Star game history. It's by
So
a Yankee.
Not an A game, but total.
Right, total.
By a Yankee. Well, certainly not Jeter. Where'd you go?
17 times he 17 times he struck out.
Sorry, you froze up there. I lost you for a minute. 17 times. So it's got to be somebody who got a lot of at bats. So we going like Mantle?
It is. It's Mickey Mantle.
Yeah, so it's got to be somebody who got a lot of at bats to strike out that many times.
Yeah. All right, Bobby Witt's got to get 12, or does he have another out left?
He still has the bonus. Bobby Witt looks ready to go. Boy, oh boy.
Who's the only player to hit an inside the park home run in an All-Star game?
An inside the park. That's pretty sick.
2007.
Jacoby Ellsbury.
No.
2007. Well, it's one of those things like, was it a fluky inside the park or like a legit one? Because that makes a difference.
It's legit, especially with this guy's speed.
Oh, okay. So somebody fast.
Mm-hmm.
$2007.
He'll definitely be a first ballot Hall of Fame when he comes up.
Ichiro?
Yeah, Ichiro.
It's like, who else had that kind of speed to pull that off? Where'd they play in 2007? That was...
It's a good... They were in Baltimore.
Oh, it's not exactly.
Looks like no. Was it Baltimore?
Not exactly a great place to hit inside the Parker.
No, it might not have been Baltimore. Or San Francisco.
Oh yeah, you hit that ball in the right center gap, you can run a long time.
Oh, that's a picture of McCovey Cove. I thought it was the warehouse. That's a weird emblem.
Got it. Yeah, so San Francisco, I totally believe it. You put a ball in that right center gap, you can run forever.
Yeah. Yeah, or just hit it off the brick, like you said.
Yeah, get it a good bank, and it goes back out to center field.
Oh, he hadn't even started his bonus outs yet, so he's got 12 right now.
Yeah, he's got two outs. Ooh, laser beam.
I think that kid just robbed a home run.
Sick. All right, so 12 it is. Oh no, he's got one more. He earned a bonus because he hit one.
Yeah.
425. Okay.
Whew.
Yeah, it was a 111, 32 degree. Like, bye-bye. 111 exit velo, 32 degree exit angle. Yeah, that's going to work. Oh, 108 with a 36 degree.
Gone.
Sayonara. Boy, oh boy.
Did he miss it?
Popped him up.
So good, 14.
14's a good final round.
Most career home runs in an All-Star game. Or All-Star game history with 6.
Ted.
No.
Mantle.
Right era, but
DiMaggio.
No. National League.
Oh.
Cardinals.
Usual.
Yeah.
Stan the Man.
Stan the Man with 6.
I'm like, Cardinals has got to be Stan then. Take a look at Stan Musial's career stats. Like they just blow my mind every time I look at them.
That's pretty ridiculous.
There's nothing that guy couldn't do with a bat in his hand. Look at this. A TV commercial with Mike Trout.
I know. I couldn't believe it when I saw it too.
He never wanted to do these.
3,600 hits, 25 home runs short of 500.
Yep.
And he lost time to the WAR, right? Yeah, 45.
Yep. Which would have put him at 500 home runs.
Maybe not. His years before 44 is 12 home runs, 46 the year after he was 16.
Oh, maybe not. Would have been closer, but
that would have been way closer. But won the MVP in 43, won the MVP in 46 when he got back, won the MVP in 48.
I always feel like he played a lot more recently than that. I feel like he was like, he's like a 60s and 70s guy. It's like, no, he was not.
Yeah, 40s to 60s.
Yeah, he ended in the 60s, didn't start in the 60s.
Yeah, crazy.
I mean, really, his big years were the 50s. But he was so good. It's like I wish there was more opportunity to like watch the guys from that era.
I know. I would so go back and just watch their games.
I mean, there's so much. It's just so limited what you have for footage of it.
Yeah,
that whole era. But it would have been amazing to see some of those guys play. I mean, you can get some idea of it from the footage, but like be able to like follow them.
Who's the only active Major League Baseball team to have never hosted an All-Star game?
To have never hosted?
Yep.
Well, I know the Rockies have the Rays.
No, it's the Rays.
That's what I figured because that ballpark's a dump.
Yeah. Imagine an all-star game in there, balls just bouncing off the ceiling.
The home run derby, they have to like score the catwalks. Could you imagine like they have to like they have to assign rules to all the different catwalks?
What is the status on there?
The ballpark's been announced and presented. I don't think it's final. I don't know why you'd stay down there, but they need to move.
3 days ago, St. Pete is to vote on the new race stadium. And it'd be in downtown St. Petersburg.
Yeah,
near the site. It's near the site.
Not far from where the one is now. It's like a couple streets over.
Yeah. Oh, come on, Bobby.
He's off to a slow start.
Oh, tried for the corner and missed.
Laser beam. Oh, that one was hammered. He's getting in a little bit of a groove now.
Oh, he's so short and compact. It's unreal.
I love his swing. Like he's not going to get beaten with good pitches.
Did you ever see that like side by side him and Trout comparison, like their swings?
No,
they're like very similar.
Yeah, makes sense. He's got that. I was always amazed at the power Trout generates with such a short swing. Like he's just got such a short swing. It doesn't even and Trout doesn't even have like a full follow through either.
No, it's like just to his shoulders.
It reminds me of like a golfer like hitting a little spinning wedge approach shot. Like he's got that like 3/4 finish.
Yeah.
John, they played an all-star game at the Coliseum. It was in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Oh, that place is such a dump.
Yeah.
I mean, it was probably nice 20 years ago. Nice or nicer, but it's a total dump now.
Right. The all-star game.
Is that a front foot? He just hit one out on his front foot.
Doesn't surprise me.
My goodness. Like he got fooled. This is not going well for Bobby Witt. He's got to get on a heater. Oh. That was going to help. Oh, terrible pitch. I shouldn't say terrible. Terrible swing at a good pitch. Oh, that one's hammered.
1987 was the last All-Star game. It was at the Coliseum.
Makes sense back when the A's were relevant. Oh, terrible pitch. Up and away.
Yeah. He's going to have to hit all of them in the bonus round.
He's going to have a massive bonus round to not lose this to Teoscar.
Oh, not really.
All right, he just had a couple in a row here at the end. Strong finish.
Did he get out? He did. He needs 4.
Oh, wow. That was a really, really strong finish because it was not looking good. But when you get, 3 in your last 3 swings?
Wow.
Yeah, back when concrete wasn't falling and hitting fans. It's bad. As much as people rail on the Oakland Athletics for how they've played this, the city of Oakland's done no favors to themselves or anybody else in the way they've managed this whole relationship with the A's, the ballpark. I mean, it's a mess.
Yeah.
That ballpark is such a dump. The grounds are terrible. Place is falling apart. They want to put no money into it. Just bad. Which is funny. MLB is enforcing Milwaukee to make changes, but like not making Oakland. Probably because they're just going to use that as grounds to move. That's why.
Yeah.
It's like, don't force them to make changes because then they will and we have to stay. Anthony, Bobby's got 11 right now. Teoscar's got 14. He needs 4 in this bonus round to win.
Oh, did he get it? He got it off the end of the bat.
Yeah, he did. It was outside and he pulled it. Come on, Bobby. Here we go.
Teoscar's sweating.
Big time, as he should be. I would
Oh,
not feel comfortable.
Get up. No.
Oh no. Oh boy.
Good take. Right down the middle.
Right
Good
down the
take.
middle. Yeah, nobody wants that pitch.
Oh, get out. That ball's crushed.
Holy cow. All right, Bobby's at 12.
It's got 3 with 2 outs
He's
left.
2 to tie, 3 to win. He's got 1 out. Sorry, 2 outs left. This is gonna come right down to the wire. This is what MLB wanted.
It's a hammered.
Oh, mama. All right, he needs 1 to tie, 2 to win with 2 outs to go. MLB wanted this kind of finish. They wanted the drama.
Oh no! What are you swinging at?
Oh, dude, you take one down the middle, then swing it that down and in. Come on, man. 1 out left, 1 to tie, 2 to win.
Did he tie it? Get legs.
Oh, that's too high.
Oh, base of the wall.
Oh, he loses by 1 to Teoscar.
Wow.
Oh man.
What
a close finish.
Dude, who had Teoscar Hernandez winning this thing?
I don't know. I was down to Teoscar and Marcelo Ozuna and took Ozuna. That was dumb. My 2 favorites going in were Witt and Teoscar. I took Ozuna because I didn't think either one of them would carry through. So I'm glad I didn't bet on this. Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, Teoscar was my dark horse.
Dang. Well, all right. All-Star game tomorrow.
Whew. That was a good. I will say the new format I liked. I'm impressed. It worked well. That was a great finish. Great home run derby.
Yeah, I don't hate that because it also gives them a little bit of break there at the end. Like they're not just free swinging.
Yep. As a baseball fan, I liked it. It was good. And I do feel bad for Bobby Witt Jr. He was so close.
He knew it too. He hit it and he's like,
he was like,
go.
Yeah. But the base of the wall, it's like, ouch.
Oh,
clang right off the B, and that's rough.
Missed it by 5 feet. Dang. That's cool.
Wow.
All right.
Well, that was a good derby. Good way to kick off All-Star Week or the All-Star events.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for chiming in, giving us the, talking points and discussions as we finish watching the derby. But we'll be on next Monday at 8. So that will be our typical show. So you guys are welcome to come on then.
Yeah.
So
enjoy the All-Star game. We got some good matchups coming out of the All-Star break.
Yeah.
So it'll be a good week of baseball.
All right. We'll see you next week.